Hey everybody, the Wyco Nomad here, and I just got done filming a YouTube video, and this is the second one. I think I'm actually going to share this with the mutual assistants. I'm going to do both here. We're going to cut this. Hey everybody, it's the Wyco Nomad with Wyco Resiliency, and yep, this is still the first one. I only drink one every so often. You guys always catch me on my weekend. Sometimes after work, I will have a nice whiskey. So I saw a video recently, and it was on one of the other prepper channels, and the guy actually rambled on a lot more than I do. So I was like, wow, okay. So focus. Oh, that's a nice better. And talking about the bug in, bug out. And we've all discussed this. If you don't have a bug out location, you're a refugee. So you're pretty much going to bug in. But they digressed, or he went down a rabbit hole with a story about a friend who, him and his family went out in a winter storm. The car ran out of gas. Couldn't get gas, I guess. There was a power outage and all that. They weren't able to pump gas. Don't know the full story, but they got stuck. The wife was in flip-flops. Great winter wear, flip-flops. We're just going to the store. I'm going to put on my flip-flops. It's snowing outside. You're heading to the store. You better be wearing boots, wool socks. That goes for your kids too, people. I'm serious. Dress for the weather. And I know, I like my shorts. Cool. I love it. I like shorts too. I also like wearing short sleeve shirts all the time. I also carry a hoodie and a winter coat, a winter hat, winter gloves, especially winter time. And I also carry 1, 2, 3. I have like 3 shamags in there. I love them for the winter time. I really do. But they broke down. Needed gas. Luckily for him, he had the right clothes. Now, he had to walk. Based on what they're saying, it was a 5-mile walk to get to anywhere to get help for the truck, their broken down truck. So that's an interesting dilemma. Do you leave your wife there with the kids? You bring the kids with you? How's the wife going to stay warm? The car ran out of gas. No heater. Do you have winter stuff in your vehicle to, coats, wool? Most of us as preppers, we do. What if someone's new to your tribe and they're new to this? Have you gone through and discussed with them, hey, here's some important stuff. Let's talk about this. And this would make a great Zoom meeting for everybody. What are you carrying? The Wyco Mag does a lot of Zoom due to location issues. We don't always have the opportunity to get together, but a great training opportunity, a great meeting is right here. What is your winter setup? Do you have snow boots? Do you have clothing? Do you have the appropriate clothing for the weather? That's a key indicator right there. That's very important. Do you have, because your first level of shelter is what you're wearing. That's your first level. That's your first level of sheltering. Clothing. Yeah, that's a form of shelter. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is. So then, after that, do you have a way? I'm sorry, my eyes are really bad today. I was up in Wheatland in my storage moving stuff, and there's a lot of dirt and dust there. I'm probably going to be clogged up tomorrow. So then do you have vehicle get out of the snow kit? Shovel, chains, come along, stuff like that, a winch. I have a come along and I have logging chains, so if I get stuck I can, I don't have a winch on my truck yet. I don't know if I'd be able to get a bumper for that particular truck and all that. It's older and stuff like that. So do you have a way? Do you have snow chains? That reminds me, guess what? It's November. It's almost Thanksgiving. I haven't even put my chains in my truck yet. Guess what's going to go in there tomorrow? My chains, because snow happens. And if you don't have a full set of chains and you have 4-wheel drive, Do you put your chains on your rear or your fronts? Oh, by the way, it's the fronts, not the rears. So if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle and you only have one pair of chains, it goes on your front tires, so it pulls you along. It doesn't go on your rear just to push you, just in case you didn't know. Should I have four? Should I have two full pairs, a full set? Yeah, I don't. Okay. Money's a thing. Do you have a radio? In the event of a snowstorm, are people in your mag listening to your channel? Well, we got signal. What if cell phones go down, guys? You put so much trust into these Babylonian rectangles of death. Thank you, Saws. Appreciate that. Good brother there. Babylonian rectangles of death. Put too much into it. Same with a lot of you. Same with the radios. But in a winter storm, you can key the mic. Is someone monitoring us? Oh wow, it's a really bad storm. Pop it on. Does your mag have a time? Hey, it's a really bad snowstorm out there. I'm going to pop on my radio just in case someone's out and about that's in range. And you do it, and someone's out, and Timmy gets stuck. Timmy's a horrible driver. Timmy gets stuck. But Bob is at home, and Bob's only a mile away from where Timmy is. Timmy turns around at the designated time, pops on. KF0 DBD. Actually, that's not Timmy's, that's mine. KF0 DBD. Anyone within Wyco Mag, read me. You might get 3 people within your area. Yeah, we got you. Hey, I'm at this location. I am stranded. Not a problem. We are en route. And with that, are you up? How fast? How fast can you get your gear, get in your truck, and go help Timmy? Hour, 2 hours, 5 minutes? How long? That's a drill. That's a drill, folks. And here's a question. There's MAG members, people in your tribe. I drive to work. I drive a certain way every day. I have 2 people on my route. I pass their houses. Huh? I only work 8 miles away. I could walk home in any type of situation. I live close. What if you don't? What if you live 20 miles away from work? But one of your tribe's members is in between your work. Do you have a cache stored at their place? Have they offered up, hey, do me a favor, here's my little bug out box. This has got some important stuff for me. Change of clothes, a little extra food, some water, other things. Store some loose cash in there. They're your tribesmen. They're not going to steal from you. At least they better not, because if they're stealing from you, they ain't your tribesmen, are they? So you can have a cache of stuff, a cache. You can have a cache of stuff between your work, your home, stored at a tribesman's house. Something to think about right there. I have nothing in between. Okay, I get that too. Okay, it's a total different story. Then maybe you should have a better setup in your vehicle. I mean, there's a potential. I might be working 45 minutes from my home, doing 75. That's a distance. I ain't walking home. Do I have enough money for a hotel room in case of an emergency? Am I able to drive home in a type of emergency? How am I going to contact my wife? Is she going to be able to hear me? Hey, it's a bad storm. Turn on the ham radio. Just listen for me. If I get stranded, I can actually stay in my truck, stay warm. I may or may not walk. I'd probably stay put. It's safer that way. Yes, this went from bugging in to bugging out. This was actually the direction I wanted to go. How are your systems set up? What have you prepared for? Because things change like that. You're not going to be prepared for whatever situation hits. Too many people are worried about the collapse, and you're not worried about the damn blizzard. And that's going to hit before the collapse. So, do you have a cache between your work stored out front? Do you have a system during a blizzard where everyone tags in just to check? What times do you check in? Because, I mean, some of you, I get it. You're going to run your ham radio all night long. That power to you. That drives my wife nuts. I'm going to tap in on the designated time. Crunchy, crunchy. I'm sure it's picking it up. There we go. Just messing with you. So, that was a mistake tonight. I know some of you don't like the stories. So, I like to add dill pickle, a little spicy dill pickle juice into my Bloody Mary. Wasn't paying attention. We had sweet gherkins. So I poured the sweet gherkin with the Bloody Mary, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of sweet and spicy. Eh. So, sorry, I digress. But what areas are you weak in? And when you talk about bugging in versus bugging out, have you set up that cachet? Because if you don't have a place you're going to, like I said, you're a refugee. What's the best course of action? Stay put. Stay in your house. It's your castle. It's where all your stuff is. When dealing with your tribe, mag, or community, do you pass someone daily? Can you put some of your stuff there? Those little green Plano boxes, man, I love them. You get them at Cabela's. They're awesome. I have all my camping gear in one of those. One bag, one box, just boom, everything I need. Yep. You have an extra firearm? Because I know most of you got more than one. We've had this conversation. Store one of them in your cache just in case. There you go, folks. But that's something I want you to think about. That bugging in, bugging out versus and your winter setup and being prepared and having the family prepared. You got teenagers that, I'm just wearing my shorts. I'm wearing a tank top. No, you're actually going to put on pants. You're going to dress warm. And if they're not, if it's that much of a struggle with your teenagers, I've had teenagers. One. She all grown up now. Maybe, as the parent, you just grab some wool socks, a pair of extra boots, some gloves, a jacket. They only have the one. Go to Walmart, buy a second one. Stuff it in your box. If your wife or your spouse, wife or your husband, I don't need no damn long johns, stuff them in the box. You don't need their permission. I'm not telling you to be deceitful, but that's a safety issue. You don't need them to cooperate necessarily. You can take it upon yourself and say, hey, the little ones aren't going to dress appropriately. It's too much of a fight to get them to change. Have the change of clothes already in there. So it's like, oh my God, I'm cold. Put on a jacket. I don't have my jacket. Guess what? There's one in the back. Open the box, put it on. And then when they get home, take that jacket off, put it back in the box. Because what good is the second jacket if they leave it at home again? That's up to you as a parent. Get on their asses. It's your job to raise adults, not children. But with that, I'm the Wyco Nomad. Thank you again for watching. Remember, like what I just said, you're not raising children, you're raising adults. That's totally different than the topic. Yeah, it is. But we're going to finish with that. Make sure you got your stuff hooked up. Okay? I'm the Wyco Nomad. I'm out. Till next time. Peace, love, watch your six. Shalom all.